Hello everyone, welcome to Ascended Beauty. We are going to cover this look here. Quick little 1-2 on the purple. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned. Ciao. All right, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, let's get into it. This technique or this method I've been using with concealer is nothing new to my channel, but I still like to demonstrate it for those who are new to the channel. This is my way of just applying and structuring my eyebrows, as well as highlighting my brow bone, as well as creating a base for my eyeshadow. So I'm getting a lot of benefits by applying concealer that's approximately a shade or two lighter than my natural complexion to my eyelid. Now, as I use a flat brush to create this, I am trying my best to have a steady hand as I apply the concealer, which I believe is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the NC45. I give myself an arch to my desire. My natural brows do not have a arch that I really care for. And you guys know from the history of my makeup application, I do have sparse eyebrows. So now I'm just making sure I have a clean structure or clean application to my desired shape of my eyebrow, and I will be doing the same with the other side. Of course, our eyebrows are sisters. They are not twins. That's just what I play through my mind as I set my makeup and apply my shape to my eyebrows. Trying to make sure that the makeup is evenly distributed and creating a shape for the brow using the flat brush. Now I also use an angle brush. The goal is to make sure that the shape of your desire, or the shape that you desire, is being achieved. Now, laying down the makeup or laying down the concealer, the reason why we do use the concealer is for the coverage. My eyelids are not like dark, but they are of a darker shade than the rest of my face. So that's another benefit to as to why I use the concealer. So like I mentioned before, we create an eyebrow shape, our brow bone highlight, getting the coverage from the concealer, and using it as an eyeshadow base. Because we are what? Getting back into eyeshadows. Going in with a beauty blender or a sponge, a makeup sponge, whatever name you choose to address it as. I am blending out my concealer, making sure it's evenly distributed on my eyelid and a little bit past my eyelid. That completes my eyebrow shape. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm creating an eyeshadow base before my makeup application, and I don't want too much product buildup, so I am making sure that the product is evenly distributed. Now I'm doing a little editing because I do like the cleanest application as I could possibly achieve. So I'm just going back and making sure, like, hey, I don't like, or I might see some imperfections close up. So I do go back and fix that, and I just go ahead and continue with my blending and making sure that makeup is set. And once again, I don't like too much makeup or concealer buildup. I don't like it because it takes a minute to dry down and may get a little it may be a little wet while I'm applying my eyeshadow, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I try to blend out the concealer as best as possible and distribute it well so it will give the concealer the opportunity to dry down so I can use it as an eyeshadow base with no issues. As you can see, I'm using that same concealer to highlight my under eye, my chin, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose. Now, I don't know if you noticed I was a little aggressive towards my inner eyelid because I do have under eye creases. So I like to make sure that that makeup does get into those creases so it won't look like an imperfection. I don't know if you guys seen that amongst or have that issue with yourself, but it's because we're not making sure that makeup is in every single part of our creases when we're applying makeup. You have to make sure that you're covering or getting that full coverage on your face. You can't avoid those creases. You have to get makeup into those creases because it is a part of your face, and makeup is to complement your natural beauty that you already have. So make sure that you're complementing all parts, even the imperfections. Now, with this setting powder by Fenty Beauty, I am creating my brow bone and cheekbone highlights, part of my contouring process. Now, as you will notice here shortly, I am a little heavy-handed when it comes to putting the setting powder under my eyelids today, and I do that today and maybe moving forward. I just thought trying it today, let's see what happens. So I'm going to put more than normal setting powder underneath my eyelids because of eyeshadow fallout possibilities. I've already put on primer, foundation, concealer, so I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to ruin what I've already applied with eyeshadow fallout. So now I'm putting the first coat on, and once again I'm a little aggressive in my inner eye area because I want to make sure that concealer that I have previously applied is just as well set as all the other or the rest of the makeup on my face. Now going ahead and finishing the process, I'm putting the setting powder everywhere that I apply concealer to set that makeup as best as well as possible. And now there are so many different shades of setting powder. I have a golden undertone, so I like to use what will be considered a yellow banana or golden setting powder. A shade or two lighter, maybe even 4 shades, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's lighter than my concealer because as I apply my makeup, I want to make sure that my highlighting areas, when it comes to my bronzing method, the areas that I highlighted aren't overshadowed, or like I want that definition, that contouring, that bronzing. I want them all to marry and complement one another. Now here I am going in with that second layer of setting powder because I am preparing for my eyeshadow application. And I just go ahead and place it everywhere that I already placed the first application, just to, be consistent with even coverage. Now there's a good shot of where that crease is in my under eye, so I went back and I gave it the coverage that it so well needed. So here I am, the face is heavily set today. Now I am sweeping what's left of the setting powder on my eyelids just to set that concealer that was previously placed on my eyelids, because guess what? My eyelids have creases too. All right, so this is a MAC stick, and it is called, I believe the name of it is Pure White. And when I want my eyeshadows to really pop, when I want the colors to really show, I use this product or just a product like that has a white cream base to it, and this is where I'm able to achieve any additional, like I want the colors to be so pronounced, like out there in your face. And I just use this for additional, uh, to complement what I've already applied. This is really gonna help the color pop on my eyelid. So I'm just gonna focus this. Man, I'm getting tongue tied, but this is my first voiceover, so we are gonna voice over this video, and I'm just thankful that I'm not that tongue tied to where I cannot communicate this video to you guys. So I'm using the white paint, or the Pure White Cream Base by MAC Cosmetics, focusing it just strictly on my lids, to achieve the white base to make sure that eyeshadow pops. And I'm actually using a blending brush. I like using a blending brush in this area because it's soft and not too heavy. Because the bristles on a flat brush could be a little bit heavier than a blending brush, and I want to still make sure that I'm not disturbing any of the makeup that I have previously applied. So that's just blending that out naturally onto my eyelids is what we're trying to achieve. So I'm just going back and forth and making sure, it's how I want it. Plain and simple. Just making sure it's how I want it. All right, so now although we're looking all kind of crazy in the camera, we are reaching for our Jaclyn Hill palette. This is palette volume 2 by Jaclyn Hill. Yes, this came out many summers ago, but hey, I barely tapped into it, so I knew I loved the colors in this palette, and I'm using shade Perfectionist. We're reaching for Perfectionist first, and that is going to go or be used as our transition color. And what I mean by transition color, this is going to go into the crease of our eyelid. This will assist in blending all colors that we apply to our eye, still giving it like a hint of color without taking away from the goal of the look that we're trying to achieve. So this is really not going to disturb the look of our eyeshadow. It's going to most definitely complement it without taking away from the colors we're going to reach for in the future. Transition colors help blend into the colors that you're going to use. Transition colors help marry the colors that you are going to use, which I guess is another word for blend. But yeah, so we're just making sure that's blending nicely into the crease of our eye, just making sure the application is even. Going back and forth once again, using a blending brush. This brush is like a small blending brush because we are getting into a small area. My eyelid area is not that wide. I don't have that much area between my eyelid and my eyebrow, which is the reason why I do create my own eyebrow arch, because it allows me more space on my eyelid. It all comes together, I tell you. The next color we're trying is Therapy Shish. Therapy SES H. And we are using that right in the center using a flat brush going in heavily because we created that white base to make sure that color is going to perform. Now I love this eyeshadow because it is giving me everything that I want out of an eyeshadow, which is the coverage, which is the true color. And I don't think I've experienced much fallout, even though I know I'm packing that sucker on. And if I do one eye, I do the other. I have not mastered, or shall I say, I have not bothered to just do one eye completely, then move over to the next and do that eye completely. I like to do them in unison just to make sure that, hey, what I get out of doing one eye, I'm getting out the other. Everyone has their craft, so I'm just sharing mine. So just packing that color on using the same palette from Jaclyn Hill, palette volume 2, and making sure that color is packed on heavily because it also is going to it's center stage. It's the color of the hour. That's the color I really love and that I'm really going for. This is the color. All the other colors are complements of this color, to be honest and true with you. So now that we've got that color on nice and heavy. Yes, I did that. I meant that. That's where it's going to be because right now you got to think about it. It's sitting on eyeshadow primer. It's sitting on concealer. It's sitting on a white cream base. As we reach for Good Place as the next color, and we're putting that on the outer side of our eyelid. This is the general look I love to go for when applying my eyeshadows. The general look meaning I love going for that ombre, stair step, smoky eye appearance where it's just colors that complement one another. And it's not just monotone, it's not just monochrome. It is many colors because I am colorful when it comes to makeup. If you haven't, for those of you who have been following me, you know this already. And again, we're going in heavy with the eyeshadow and using another clean flat brush to achieve that. Now this flat brush is a little wider than the other one because I am able to have more room, which is kind of backwards. I probably should have used a smaller one on the outer corner, but a flat brush is going to flat brush. So as I'm applying this, I'm also pushing it up into the previous color to make sure the blending is taking place. Going in with a blending brush, I'm using shade I'm in it. That's the name of the eyeshadow color from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. And I'm putting that because it's a very pretty, beautiful iridescent color. I'm putting that on the inner part of my eyelid because it just gives that inner corner that pop. And truth be told, I feel like that inner corner is the most visible area, whether your eyes are open or closed. You know, because when your eyelids are open, people really don't see the color unless you apply that eyeshadow high up on your eyelid. But once you close your eyeshadow, once you close your eyelid, whether it's open or closed, people are going to see that color on your inner eyelid. So, not saying that that's the area you need to put your favorite color, but it's just very complimenting to the look. Here you see me blending it into that middle color. The middle color that we used was Therapy Shish, SESH, if I'm not pronouncing it right. That's how we're gonna approach that there. So I'm just blending it up into that purple color that we applied first. Now in this case, what I'm doing is I went back without applying any additional product. I'm making sure that my blending is on point. So I'm just making sure that all eyeshadows don't look like they're just thrown onto my eyelid. I want to make sure that they're all at least dancing with one another and or holding hands. Now, if you don't know, now you know. This sculpture palette from Anastasia had got like out of all of the palettes that Anastasia had released back in 2000. I don't want to tell on myself. Um, but this eyeshadow palette, I probably use the most, and we're going for the color Rowdy. Just applying because, like I mentioned before, I like that dark eyeshadow to light eyeshadow, that smoky look. Um, it's in shade Rowdy. I think I've already said that, but just applying a little bit of that with the because this eyeshadow palette, I know one of the things that people were saying is that it's very chalky. It's very loose and chalky. But when I tell you this eyeshadow applies like a very little goes a long way. And as to why I probably had this eyeshadow palette forever. Um, I will purchase if this is the formula. I know some people didn't like it because it is a loose, chalky application. Like the best way I could describe it is if you dip your shadow, your brush into the shadow, um, you're going to pick up so much product. So it's not the easiest to control when you're applying this eyeshadow from this palette. But I love it. I love it. Checking myself out, checking out my blending efforts. I don't want to overpower the other shadows that I put on my eyelid, so I'm just checking out my blending efforts, trying to make sure that I'm not doing too much with that Rowdy color. So without applying any more eyeshadow, because I've already applied enough from that palette, I'm just blending it out pretty well into the other colors. And as you could tell, I really did not experience that much fallout from the eyeshadow application. So, yay! Okay, so just now, you guys know I travel with my makeup, so in this moment, I'm making sure I'm putting everything back accordingly. And now that we are done with our setting powder, the setting powder had did what setting powders come to do. We are removing the setting powder, the excess setting powder, the not needed setting powder, the setting powder that was there, and we thank you, setting powder, from our face. Okay, so like I said, I'm always making sure that I'm putting my makeup back into my bag for travel. And now that we have our eyeshadow set in place and achieved, I hope you guys love it because, like I said, I have not dabbled in eyeshadow in years. Now we're going in with the bronzing powder from Fenty Beauty. This is in shade Mocha, and I'm doing the sideways kissy face to make sure I get my bone definition and blending that out. Now, I know some might say, hey, wait a minute, you gone in too heavy. Absolutely, I did. And, there's days like this where I might be heavy in some areas, but um, I don't beat myself up because there's always a method to my madness. And now I'm just kissing my face a little bit with a little bit of the NW60 and a MAC foundation stick to create more definition to my face. Now, I did not show this product on screen for some odd reason. Well, since our focus was eyeshadow, that's why I didn't show it. Our focus is the eyeshadow look. So now I'm just going in with Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC Cosmetics. I believe this is in shade Medium Deep. Um, as well as repacking my stuff once again. As far as editing, how I make sure all my makeup is back in my makeup bag, that's just too much. So I only take a minute or two, or not even a minute or two out of that to repack. So please forgive me. All right, completing my contour, going down my nose. I choose to use powder over cream. I may, I may just try cream one day because I've seen it being used a lot. But I also, just as well as me minimizing what I use on my face, minimizing the cost of makeup that I spend. I like to just make sure that all my makeup products, if not all, at least most, are multifunctional. Um, so now I'm just going in with the Mineralized Skin Finish once again to smooth my look out. I love the Mineralized Skin Finish product. It's one of my favorite products. I could wear that on a bare face. I could wear that over makeup. I just like how it kind of brings everything all together without adding that much of a coverage at the same time. It's giving me the coverage that I need when it comes to making sure my bronze, my highlight, my concealer, my contour, it just helps me and assists in bringing everything together. All right, there's that lip primer. I get asked, so you can't believe how often I'm asked if I have reapplied my lipstick because my lipstick does not move. It does not move. Of course, the fact that I like using matte lipstick helps in that, but I'm telling you guys, when I use my lip primer, my matte lipstick, my makeup, my lipstick is lasting all day long. The most that I do is probably add a little lip balm because matte lipstick it is a dry lipstick, so it will have your lips looking dry. So the most I do is add probably a little lip balm to my lips as time goes, as the day passes, just to make sure my lips aren't looking all crispy and crunchy and dry. Okay, if you can't tell here, I'm going back. I spotted something and I'm just trying to make sure I correct it. Um, that's all. Quick little fixer upper there. Nothing big. I chose to do a voiceover today just to kind of let you guys know what I see as I apply my makeup, and I do critique myself. I critique myself all the time because I love wearing this face. I love creating these looks. Now I'm just applying a little bit of highlight because the summer months. To be honest with you guys, I've been wearing highlight in the winter as well. I just love highlight. Um, Quick little story. When I first started wearing highlighter, I was all over the place with it. I used to wear it all over my face all the time. Any place that I was able to put a highlight, 9 times out of 10, it was there. So on my forehead, on my chin, I was putting a highlighter everywhere. So I like to put highlighter right on my cupid's bow. Um, in this situation because it gives the a little extra look when I apply my lipstick. And if you haven't checked out my eyebrow tutorial for sparse eyebrows, please check it out. I'm using the Anastasia brow pen in this situation. And I'm just creating natural hair strokes very lightly in the eyebrow area. And this is where you're going to see the outcome of the arch I created, or the arch I created using the concealer. And I'm just following that guide. As you can see on the eye closest to you, where that concealer is carved out or given a guide before I place my brow pen to create my brow on my face. Whew, once again, that was a lot. So here you can see with the little concealer on my knuckle. This probably powder. But here you can see that how I'm just creating those strokes real light. And I'm not paying any mind to my natural brow hair. I'm just creating those strokes right through my brow hair. I don't let them disturb my application because they are so sparse. It really doesn't make a difference in my opinion. On any given day, another choice or direction that you could go if you have sparse eyebrows like me, I've seen it done before where people actually wax or glue down their natural brows and put concealer, put a full face over it, and just create an entirely new eyebrow look. Um, but I really don't. I could, but I don't choose to set time aside for that. So I'm just, once again, what I do, I go back and forth, no problem. And if you haven't caught it already, yes, I am able to apply makeup with both of my hands. Um, Sometimes I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just choose to use one hand. Sometimes I choose to use both hands. But it looks like for my eyebrow application, I'm sticking with the one hand. Gotta go with what you trust and what you know. So here comes in that arch. Once we have created the natural brow hairs, I just start to design my arch, giving you a little preview. Now, I don't know if I said it already, but the reason why, if you haven't noticed it already, the reason why I wear a bonnet as I apply my application, do you not see all that powder? The powder from my setting powder, the powder from my bronzer, eyeshadow, any powdered product. Um, Clearly it was set in my hair, and I'm always wiping down my makeup area like every day because of how much powder products I use, and I just don't want that in my hair. So that's why I try to just start off with the bonnet or something to cover my hair as I apply my makeup. If I haven't said that, or if already, or if you ever wondered, like, why the bonnet? That is why. My hair is already done underneath the bonnet. It's just a matter of trying to make sure that powder does not get into my hair because I don't wash my hair every day. Okay, so here we go, completing our eyebrows. Checking that out. 1 2 1 2. I'm on a mic. How do you do? Putting that product back into my bag. Looks like I got a little correction right there. So I'm going back. When I say I get the most out of my makeup, I did not apply any more concealer onto this brush. It's just me using what's already on there to clean it up. And this might sound contradictory because I'm already heavy-handed as it is. So I know I probably already had too much concealer on that brush. So knowing that, I'm going to go ahead and use what's already on that brush. Um, because I know, I know how my art, I know how my craft works. And I honestly try to get the best out of the makeup. All right, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are about, I would say, 80% done with our look. I'm not doing anything fancy with my eyeliner. I'm just doing a thin line of eyeliner close to my lash line. So when I apply my eyelashes, it just blends in well. I probably have said the word blend 500,000 single times in this video. So you guys understand that we do love to blend eyeshadows, powders, lipsticks. We like to blend everything. So everything kind of just looks like it was meant to be. Like it was meant to be here. Nothing looks too hard. No harsh lines. Just making sure everything kind of complements one another. That's the goal. That is the goal. Now just putting that lash. I'm using a eyeliner pen. Um, I like using the pen versus a brush because I feel like I have more control. I feel like when I reach for, if I do desire or if I do use a eyeliner brush, it's because I'm about to do something more heavy, like a heavy winged liner, or I'm really just trying to do something more predominant or dominant look onto my face. So I hope you guys are enjoying this voiceover as I chit chat to you. When I tell you I love applying this golden mascara over my eyebrow look because it kind of softens the look. Because I do use, oops, my bad. Okay, you didn't see that, right? Okay, good. Use the golden mascara over my eyebrows because it does soften the look, is what I was saying earlier. And it kind of, now I'm using it, I'm covering the gold mascara, I'm covering my natural brow hair. So that's what I'm brushing it onto um, to soften that eyebrow look. Which it is time for me to re-up. I'm going to be so mad if there ever comes a day where I've been so, because I'll go to the makeup counter and completely forget that I need to buy more gold mascara. This is like a golden brown mascara. It's Girl Boy by MAC, which is a discontinued product. I'm also upset, but I will find something that will do me justice here soon as I continue to look. Let me know if you have any ideas. I could go for a basic gold mascara, but I don't want it to be so gold that it looks like it doesn't, like right now you could barely see it, but if you were to walk up on me, which is not a good idea, don't walk up on me, but but if you were to get close, you will see that it's not gold, it's more of a gold brown. Now here we are creating a natural lip. It's going to be like a natural ombre lip, and this is like a fudge color matte lipstick on the outer parts that we are applying right now. I've steered away from using lip liners, and I'm pretty proud of myself. I still make it do what it do with the matte lipsticks, and I do love matte lipsticks. You guys know that. I feel like matte lipsticks last longer. They give me more control of my look, and I love doing ombres. So you came to the right place if you love that too. Oops. Now here I am. I was actually trying to shape my lash. I'm applying my lash right on my lash line, and I use tweezers. You can use your fingertips, but I do have fat fingers, so I like to use tweezers just so I can see my eye a little bit better as I apply the eyelash by Ascene Beauty. These Ascene Beauty lashes, you guys, are going on sale for Mother's Day. So if you haven't had the pleasure, or if you haven't been so lucky in grabbing a sale, I'm letting you know now that they will be going on sale May 3rd through the 6th for Mother's Day, so you guys could get them in time for Mother's Day. So that's the whole point of them going on sale the weekend prior. And they're going to be 20% off with the code MOTHERS. And this style that I'm applying on right now, this style is called Mannequin. They are 25 mm, and they are mink strip lashes, 100% mink strip lashes. I'm so proud of these eyelashes. So you guys see, I've taken the time to style these eyelashes, and right now I guess I'm just making sure they're on there pretty good. I really don't know what I'm doing in this moment, but I'm checking myself out, maybe giving myself like whoa a little before and after, because these eyelashes really do perform, and I love that. Once again, using my tweezers, making sure that if anything, like, I know a lot of people don't have a steady hand, so it's a challenge for them to put on eyelashes. But if you get the inner and the outer part of your eyelash to lay, that middle part will just follow through. It will just go on so gracefully. So that's what I'm focusing on, because I don't want the inner nor outer part of that lash to lift throughout the day. So I'm making sure, if anything, those two areas on my lash are laid. And then I'll push in the middle if I need to. But 9 times out of 10, with me laying, making sure the outer and the inner is laid, the middle probably, there I go, I'm pushing the middle in a little bit. The middle probably did follow suit. And as I mentioned earlier, Ascene Beauty, 20% off your entire order. All of the lashes are 100% mink. And that Mother's Day sale will be going on from May 3rd through the 6th. 20% off with code MOTHERS. Now I am just replicating my eyeshadow look on my bottom lash line that I have. So I'm going in with the purple that I use. All of the colors that I've used, I'm applying at the bottom there. I needed another brush, so how conveniently. I just put those brushes back there for that reason, because sometimes I'll be needing another brush, and then I'm like, oh shoot. So this is like a glitter eyeshadow. I just want to show you right quick, because we're putting that on our bottom lash line. It's so dope. The glitter is real fine. It's not heavy, so it will be one of those looks where you'll see it if you're looking, You'll see it when it hits the light. You'll see it. It's to be seen, but not too overbearing. And I'm just creating that. I'm using a angled brush, a large angled brush at that, a large flat angled brush, and applying that eyeshadow. It's a liquid eyeshadow. All right, so let's go ahead and complete this look. Of course, we did not forget about our lips. Going in with another, it's like a pink, peachish, no, more of a pink nudish matte liquid lipstick. And I'm going in, this is my second color that I'm applying to the center of my lips. With no lip liner, once again, pat on the back to me, because yeah, I could do that. We have a clean application almost every time, you know. Practice makes perfect. It truly does. So now I'm just going in, mushing my lips, blending my lips, making sure it all comes together effortlessly, applying more if need be, and blending those two colors together like voila. I think I almost thought about taking off my bonnet because I'm done with using powdered products for this look. But I guess I decided to go ahead and apply my mascara on my lower lashes. Now, as I apply the mascara on my lower lashes, the reason why I waited and went ahead and applied my lipstick first is because that glue on my strip lashes needs time to dry. And if glue were to get out of place, that glue will stick to your mascara on your lower lashes. So that's just a little, tip for those of you. And for those of you who want to try lashes, once again, we are having a Mother's Day sale on Ascended Beauty Lashes, 20% off your order using code MOTHERS. I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. This is me getting back into eyeshadow. I love purple. Is one of my favorite colors. Not the favorite color. I love teal, aqua, around there, but purple is still up that alley. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and comment and all that jazz. You guys know the deal. Till next time. Ciao.